Fibramine, proud sponsors of the really useful health show, The Joints Series. Use it or lose it.
It's amazing how many of us dwell on the fact that we're overweight, probably to the point of being obsessed by it sometimes, whilst other groups of people just completely deny that they've put weight on. It's not too difficult to understand why that happens, because usually the weight creeps up gradually and we don't really notice until that fateful day when we go and get dressed to go somewhere and find that we can't do our clothes up. And then the realization sets in that we just don't look anything like we used to. And that can be quite difficult to come to terms with. But if you're finding it difficult to get up the stairs and you're getting out of breath and your joints are hurting, and you look at photos of yourself in the past and think, wow, where did the old you go? Then it's really time to take stock, because the only way you're going to sort out the weight that's on your joints is to lose some. Because for every pound you gain in weight, there's an additional stress of 3 pounds on your joints. So you don't have to be a mathematician to work out the fact that you're putting additional strain unnecessarily on yourself by being overweight. Although we can use measurements like BMI, we normally know if we need to lose weight instinctively, apart from the fact that obviously we can't get into the clothes that we once used to wear. You just know if you feel right. Let me give you an example of what just losing 15 pounds would do to your health prospects. So, as far as joint pain is concerned, losing 15 pounds would mean your pain was reduced by 40%. Your blood cholesterol levels would go down. Your blood glucose levels would go down. You'd also see a drop in your blood pressure to the point where you may not have to take medication. You'd have a decreased incidence of things like diabetes and also dementia in the latter years. And you'd also be able to do your daily tasks like physical exercise, tying up your shoelaces, going shopping and so on without too much trouble. It would also improve your mood and your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. And the good news is that it would also increase your life expectancy. There's really only one way to lose weight, and that's less input and more output. You've actually got to eat less than you burn, and that's the secret really. So for every 3,500 calories of food, you could either put on a pound or lose a pound. So if you cut down your food intake by 500 calories or do more exercise each day, then you could actually gradually lose over time a pound a week without too much effort. Although I've mentioned calories, it's not really about calories at the end of the day. It's more about smart food choices. And essentially, you need to ease up on the high-fat, processed, sweet, junky food and alcohol, and beef up on the fresh fruit and vegetables and whole grains and low-fat protein and so on, so that you're actually getting better food going through to your brain and your nervous system, and it will help you not only to ease the pain in your joints, but to feel better generally. I'm often asked the question, how many calories do we actually need a day? And the answer to that really is it depends greatly on what your activity levels are. So for example, if you're an office worker, you're going to need far less in the way of calorie intake in a day than if you're doing physical work on a building site, or if you're a postman delivering letters through letterboxes by foot every day. The number of calories needed daily actually differ for men and women. And we're talking ballpark, obviously, depending on the level of activity. It's in the region of about 2,700 for a man, up to 3,000. And for a woman, probably in the range of about 2,000 to 2,200. But obviously, if you're going to minus the 500, you've either got to have less food, i.e. smaller portion sizes, or, better still, increase your exercise. So not only will the exercise help you burn the calories rather than store them as fat, so that they're not weighing down on your joints anymore, but also you're going to build your stamina and your strength and your self-esteem. You're going to feel so much better as a result of doing it, so it is really worthwhile. In the next show, I'm going to be talking about foods that heal your joints, so please join me.
Lubramine, proud sponsors of the really useful health show, The Joint Series. Use it or lose it.